In Commitment 2020 this morning, we asked the candidates for senator what role Congress has in regulating police training and accountability.
I think that's a state and local issue. I think, I think Congress can authorize funds to help state and local law enforcement agencies with finances and with expertise if they want it. But it's really a state and local issue. And I thought Senator Tim Scott's bill was a reasonable approach to it, where there was funds provided, there was training provided. The FBI and other federal law enforcement agencies has a level of expertise that might be helpful to local law enforcement expertise or law enforcement agencies. But it should be a situation where the local law enforcement agencies are seeking that assistance instead of the federal government imposing that assistance on them?
Well, to date, most of that training has been done at the state level and local level in many cases. I think one of the things that we can do at the national level one of the most important things we can do, I should say, is to incentivize accreditation of our police departments, and we should be doing that by making resources available for that kind of training. I was proud to be endorsed this morning by New Hampshire State Police, and it's one of the things that we talked about there was the fact that training is really good. We want to make sure that there is as much training as possible, sensitivity training, training for expertise, but one of the challenges is we also need to make available resources to do that. And that's where I think there's a really important role for the federal government. And as the top Democrat on the Appropriations Subcommittee that has the Department of Justice in our portfolio, it's one of the areas where I've tried to promote additional funding.